So hey guys, here's a new video, and yeah, so as you can see, I have the new combination card. It's actually fairly cheap, surprisingly enough. It's only 6,200, which doesn't sound too cheap if you're if you're starting out or if you don't like spending money on this game. But compared to like some of the auction cards or some of the other stuff, it is fairly cheap. Um, it's fairly overpowered, to be quite honest, for just what it is, especially its unique skill. So as you can see here, it provides bleed. It has all of Naruto, not Naruto's, but all of if you have the tier 5 items for like say Minato, it provides all that. If you have the tier 5 items for Kakashi, it provides all that. So yeah, it's pretty OP, quite honestly. Here, let me give you an example. So this is one of the ones that a lot of people have trouble with. So watch what happens. And keep in mind, this is just with the active skill being used, nothing else. And some tier 5 items, not all of them obviously, but just some. But as you can see, it provides Kamui, the Kamui effect, and then it also provides the Shiki effect from Minato. So essentially, they can what do you call it? They can provide a barrier for 30 rounds, increases the card's dodge, deals a lot of ninjutsu damage, and it ignores backhand. So as long as you hit, you do quite a bit of fucking damage. The CP is fairly good, and keep in mind that I have a fairly weak Kakashi. He's only 6 million, along with my Minato. He's only 3 million. 4 million, which is not very high for any of you who, well, know how the top tier players work with, like, what they get to work with. So yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty OP, to be fairly honest. So because of this, you probably realize now that I'm actually going to go for the Reborn Diamond Kakashi. Just because, I mean, this is more than likely the last time I'm going to recharge. After Kakashi, that's probably like the last time I'm going to bother recharging. Everything else can kind of just wait. I'm not really going to bother, like, trying to keep up pace with, like, the top rechargers. But yeah, I mean, gonna get Diamond Kakashi, Reborn Kakashi, which is gonna be fun. The combination card is pretty OP, to be perfectly honest. Both for like what do you call it? For just about everything and anything. Like as you can see, it can use the Itachi Susanoo Kakashi. If you have Minato like Diamond, and like let's say you have his fucking passive skill, the one that lets you release what we call it? Hang on, actually, now that I think about it, my team is gonna change pretty hard because of this. Because I'm more than likely gonna replace Naruto Hinata, and then I'm also gonna replace this guy over here. So I'm gonna put in the Minato Kakashi here, and then the no, Minato Kakashi here, and like Diamond Reborn Kakashi and Obito, and then the combination cards. Yeah, it's gonna change up quite a bit. Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I said, the combination card's fairly powerful. I recharged for it, and I mean, I got tier 5 items now, for Kakashi at the very least. Actually, I have all of his tier 5 items. It's just that I don't want to equip his last tier 5 item, because, here, let me show you. It's the Ichi Paradise. Hang on, let me take that off. And I need to find some good items to put on him. Let's see. That's tier 4. True Renengan. No. Yeah, I need the... Okay, there we go. Can I get Fuku's? No, I'm not gonna bother with that. But anyways, as I was saying, yeah, it's pretty OP. Let me go ahead and show you. I could put in Kakashi's Ichi Paradise, but I kind of don't want to, because not only does his CP drop, as you can see, his hit drops quite a bit. Also, which means that my combination card's hit also drops So you can see it goes down to like 1 million instead of 1.1 million, which is fine, I guess, but I mean, it still kind of hurts. Yeah, there we go. That's a decent amount of hit. I really want to get Minato's passives. The problem is that I can't get them simply because whatchamacallit, I don't have them like diamond, and for that to work, you need to have them diamond. Doesn't work otherwise. You need to recharge quite a bit to get Minato. Minato, for me, getting him diamond is just going to be a long process of me saving up gold. I'm actually going to have to do the Ninja World War now, because I need the tier 5 stuff for him. Yeah, I mean, I got... Could probably recharge tomorrow another 100, but I kind of don't want to. Like, it would get me the some yin Ninetales chakra or yin chakra, but it would also get me the tier 5 items, which are pretty OP, to be perfectly honest. Like the Watergate lining, that's pretty OP. It's pretty powerful. The Watergate Jonin armor, not so much. The Flying Thunder God, that one would be pretty powerful, pretty overpowered. Headband, but the Watergate lining, and then the what do you call it? The Flying Thunder God, that would be pretty powerful, but that's like another 100. And I mean, I'm gonna go for Reborn Kakashi, Diamond Reborn Kakashi, but that's gonna take me a while. Probably gonna cost me quite a bit. But yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, as you can see here, this is the skill. This is pretty fucking powerful. Just, I mean, watch. It's not. I don't think it's gonna win, but you can see right off the bat, like it does secondary attacks. It's got the sand protection. Well, sand protection is part of the skill, but it's got the Itachi Susanoo Kakashi. It's got a bunch of shit, and then if you add in the tier 5 items for Minato, gets even like extra dodge. It also gets like extra, not only extra dodge, but also extra, like extra rebound, or like returning attacks. Which, admittedly, like if you're doing PvP, that doesn't really matter anymore. It used to matter a lot more, but because of like just everybody getting really powerful cards now, like the rebound effects don't really matter anymore. But yeah, I mean, it's stupidly powerful here. Just destroying, doing what it does. Yeah, like I said, I can't really get Diamond Kakashi. I mean, not Kakashi, but Minato at the moment, or get him to tier 5, because I mean, get him to Diamond, because it's like way too much gold consumption and all that crap. Probably just gonna be doing these right now. Like to accompany you. It's fairly powerful. Like it can one hit KO this particular dungeon fairly easily, and it's not like Kushina and Minato have like a small amount of HP. Quite the contrary, they actually have a very decent amount. I think it's like 7 million. Just right off the bat, as far as I can tell, I think it dealt like 17 million worth of damage. The combination card itself. But yeah, I mean, after this, it's more than likely I'm not going to be recharging anymore. Just because, I mean, there's no point to me doing so. I don't want to have to catch up. This is just me really wanting to get Kakashi and this combination card that looks pretty badass. Yeah, otherwise I'm not going to recharge anymore. Gonna get Diamond Reborn Kakashi, and that's about it, because once I get Diamond Reborn Kakashi, if Kakashi's 11 million CP, I'll have a full team that's like 11 million plus, just cards, like 6-7 cards, and then at that point it's like, okay, who do I replace to get like to move up in CP, and I really don't want to do that. So yeah, just gonna chill for the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's really about it. Also, one of you, I was glancing over Q&A, and I'm actually gonna have to cut Q&A off for this particular video. But I was glancing over Q&A, and I noticed that one of you mentioned that Naruto got the sexy jutsu skill for free. And he did. I got the sexy technique Naruto, and I wouldn't recommend actually upgrading it because it's not worth it upgrading it. Look what it does. Let me go ahead and pause that. And so look at it's fucking overpowered. So it stuns, it confuses, it brings your enemy's ninjutsu down, and it silences all in one go. And that's as long as it's not triggered, like a backhand isn't triggered, that's a guarantee hit. It just kind of sucks that he doesn't do any damage, but he's great as a support. Like if you're a lower level player, and like you have Naruto as your first like card that goes first. Let me go ahead and change this team up. Let's see. Actually, let me see if it triggers backhand. Should be this. It should be this one. That if okay. Hang on, let me get it. Okay, yeah, it does trigger backhand. Sorry. So yeah, it does trigger backhand, but I mean, as long as you have a card that doesn't, if you're like lower level and you're just fighting it out amongst the lower levels, not lower levels, but like lower ranks in the arena, you're fighting it out there, like the cards are usually fairly low powered, which means that they don't have as many defenses as normal cards would, so it's just a lot easier to get rid of this or to use this. Yeah, I'm gonna go up in CP fairly soon. I think this should bring me up to, let's see, 80 million CP, maybe, if I get lucky. Yeah, more or less. Because of the 2 combination cards with Kakashi. It's going to be interesting to see how much CP a double combination card has. Although I get the feeling that Minato Kakashi combination card's going to suffer a little bit because Minato's so weak. He's like only 4 million. But, I mean, that's just stuff that I have to work through. Yeah, I mean, it's really about it for this video. Normally I do Q&A, but I'm a little bit tired. It's already 8:38, and I spent a lot of money today. Like, $900, I think, paying off bills and then getting this shit, like this visitor card. And then I'm planning to spend like another $400 for the Reborn Kakashi, so it's going to be fun. But after that, yeah, no more. I'm gonna be like tapping out. I'll be like, okay, I'm done. No mas. No mas, I say. No mas. Let's see. Yeah, that's about it for this video. The skill for the combination card is really powerful. It really is. Ignores backhand, deals ninjutsu damage, releases barriers, and then increases the card's dodge. And not only that, but the barriers can do reflect back on the enemy. It's beastly. If you go first and you get lucky with this, I wouldn't recommend putting the card first, simply because it doesn't work very well. It's just that the Kamui effect is not guaranteed, and neither is the barrier reflecting effect guaranteed. So yeah, kind of do that at your own risk. Still would rather put in somebody like Six Path of Pain to like stop the enemy fairly nicely. That's about it for this video. Not much else to tell. Oh yeah, actually there is a little bit something else to tell. Apparently I'm in the Akatsuki now, which is nice. I think so. I think somebody said I was in the Akatsuki. But yeah, there I am. I am in the Akatsuki, and it's like, it looks like at the moment we're gonna work for the Land of Water, which is cool. Um, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this goes. I can see that it's gonna be a pretty beastly battle because Hyacinth is not in this particular server, not server, but in this particular whatchamacallit. Hyacinth isn't here in the Akatsuki, and since Hyacinth isn't there, as far as I know, he's like the most powerful, if not one of the most powerful players. So, I mean, it's gonna be interesting to just see how that's gonna go. I think that's really about it for this video. Not much else to tell. I'd normally do Q&A like I said, but I'm a little bit tired. Uh, um, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow with a new video. Bye.